Well, hi everyone. I'm John Redland with a retro review of WCW Thunder from July 12th, 2000. And this was one of the most boring episodes that I've seen. I've said it in other Thunder reviews. It was the most unnecessary mainstream wrestling program in the last 20, 30 years, whatever. This was really just, proof that WCW was overextending themselves, and Thunder just meant absolutely nothing. Now, there were a few good moments, and sometimes some episodes were actually pretty digestible. Nothing on this episode was particularly bad. It was just really boring. That's what it comes down to. So, we have Canyon and Smooth, the limo driver of Ernest Cap Miller. They're talking everything, and then Shivani and Heenan are on commentary. Because Mike Tenay, as we will see later in an interview with Scott Steiner, got laid out and his vocal cords got damaged because Scott Steiner absolutely freaked the fuck out. So we get 3 count in Tank Abbott versus the Great Muta and the Young Dragons. If this was a match that you had told me would happen in 2000, if you had told me at the time, I would have laughed at you because I would have thought Great Muta would have been back in New Japan. Even though I know that I know he worked in other companies and stuff like that, but I just wouldn't have pictured Great Muta coming back to WCW for this brief period. It was just very odd. It was cool because the crowd reacted positively to him because he is a Great Muta and he is fan-fucking-tastic. But yeah, this really didn't mean much of anything, and it was like 1 punch to Yang after a little bit and then 3 count wins. Okay, cool. There we go. That's what we brought the Great Muta back for. This stuff. So we then get Miller and Canyon talking. Canyon wants a match with Booker, but nope, we're going to get another contenders match a little bit later because reasons. Major Guns, then Low Blows, the perfect event. Stasiak and Palumbo. We are just off to a goddamn roaring start at this point. This had a lot of short matches and short segments. By the time we got to the end, by the time we got to about 42 minutes in, we were done with the 5th match. Now, I know that this has the commercials taken out and everything, so that was probably more like about an hour in. Hour and 10 minutes in, but still, 5 matches in 42 minutes of programming with some filler backstage segments. None of the matches really meant anything. So, Stevie Ray, by the way, joins commentary. Stevie Ray was actually pretty damn good on commentary because he was a, former tag team wrestler, and he'd worked a lot, and he really could lend, some good credibility and some good insight on commentary, and by God, he was better than Madden. Then again, a disease-ridden zebra corpse would have been better than Mark Madden at this point. So we then get the Demon with Vampiro in his corner versus Van Hammer. And this didn't really last very long, and a weird clutch slam for 3. This was like over in 2 minutes tops. That's what they thought of Van Hammer, and also the Demon character, who's still controlled by Vampiro for some reason. And then suddenly, Sting in the weird gimp ski hockey mask or whatever the fuck it was. I mean, I have no idea what it was. It was either a weird ski mask, it was a gimp mask, or it was something that, like, hockey people would put over themselves, but without the Jason, the iconic Jason Voorhees hockey mask. It was just really weird. He's just pointing from the rafters, doing some weird shit. Whew. Boy, they really just botched Sting horribly in WCW, didn't they? My God, they fucking botched him. So then we get Canyon laying out some guy backstage while Lance Storm and Kidman make their way to the ring. Canadian National Anthem while Kidman reads the newspaper and jokes around, does stupid dancing backstage. That's exactly what, they thought of their Canadian talents. That was fucking great. I mean, I'm not Canadian, but I'm just like, there really was no reason to do that. Because Lance wasn't a heel. Or maybe he was, and they were just maybe they were coming up with a way to turn him heel. Nobody respects him, so he turned on Kidman. Which is actually what happened here, because Ginger Eck and O'Hare won, and then Lance Storm laid out Kidman afterwards. And then we would get a match between them later, because they were running on a fucking skeleton crew at this point. Then a Vito promo, interrupted by Miss Hancock, with her and David looking on a monitor, and says, "Hey, I want some gold. David, go get that title." Okay, so he goes to get it, because he's an idiot, he's a stupid lapdog, and we get a hardcore match. It started out with a kiss. How did it end up like this? Because Hancock and Vito had a bit of a kiss because Vito did that and it was stupid, and Vito beat David Flair easily. Very fucking easily. And then Jarrett wants the night off, but oh no, Buff isn't there. Oh wait, Buff would be there later, and no, he's going to face Canyon a little bit later. And then Stasiak and Palumbo are shown doing their poses while the ring is being set up earlier in the day, and then Canyon lays out one of the ring crew guys. The Positively Canyon thing was bullshit, by the way, and it is no disrespect to Canyon. It's no disrespect rather to DDP. It was a dumb gimmick. It didn't help anybody. And Canyon had enough personality and definitely enough wrestling ability to get it was just not good. Palumbo and Stasiak versus Hugh Morrison and Lash LaRue with Major Guns. Well, after a few minutes, this actually I think might have been the longest match on the show. Outside the main event, I think it was about 7.5 minutes. The Lexi bar to the ref, but the ref didn't see it. Lash LaRue picks it up because he's trying to say Stasiak did it, but the ref sees it and says, "Oh no, you clearly hit me, even though you had no reason to." DQ. That's the end of that. Here's Booker. He talks defending against Jeff Jarrett, New Blood Rising. Says he will kill Scott Steiner for threatening his wife. He just threatened to commit murder on live cable television. So, and then here's Rick Steiner. He talks family, congratulates Booker, congratulations for being the champion and everything. You know, you taught me that I could reunite with my brother and stuff like that. Oh, and then he blindsides him, pretends to be shocked. And then Stevie Ray runs in, makes a save. And then Rick Steiner's beating him down, and then Mike Awesome runs in and does this because we're getting this uneasy alliance here. And then Miller says, "Oh, Kidman, you're going to have Lance Storm. Just don't interfere in this next mixed tag match." Douglas and Tori Wilson, Shane Douglas and Tori Wilson as versus Crowbar and Daphne. Whoo, boy. Jawbreaker for 3. And I got nothing against Daphne. Tori never really belonged in the ring, and she knew that. Douglas was washed at this point. Crowbar was underappreciated. But yeah, Jawbreaker to Crowbar, and then Daphne tries attacking Douglas, and then gets hit with the Jawbreaker as well, the franchiser. Then we have the Scott Steiner interview where basically he gets upset at Mike Tenay and lays him out. That's pretty much it. There isn't a lot of material for this review. That's why these reviews are going to be shorter until we get to some real shit. Then Miller and the Young Dragons are fighting backstage while there's these weird, shiny, red stop signy things on the ground. Why? Don't know. Don't fucking care. Then Storm versus Kidman. It lasted a few minutes, and there was a chair in the ring, and the BK bomb or whatever, you know, the flip out X Factor, and Kidman got the victory. So there's Lance Storm's first loss, I believe, on WCW programming. And then Bagwell sees that his, or it's like, oh, hey, Mom's here. I arrived here, he arrived here with Judy Bagwell. It's going to be Judy Bagwell on a forklift at New Blood Rising. Fucking hell, why do I do this to myself? Why was this match happening? Canyon then says, oh, hey, I'll help you park the car. Let's go talk. Next segment. Judy's laid out and Bagwell's upset. I wonder who did it. It was clearly Doug Dillinger. That's who did it. He should have attacked him. Now, Mike Awesome versus Rick Steiner. It was fine. It was fine. Rick got upset at the ref. The ref got out of the ring. Most devastating maneuver in all professional wrestling. Surprise roll up 1, 2, 3. Then Rick attacks him, and then Booker attacks Rick. A lot of attacks happening on this show. Booker joins commentary. Jeff Jarrett versus Canyon. Contenders match. It's a Jeff Jarrett match in 2000. It wasn't interesting. He won after Bagwell had attacked Canyon, this big old schmoz where Jarrett had earlier attacked Stevie Ray and Booker on commentary. And then the stroke for 3. That's it. There you go. That's the end of that. Thunder is not a very good show. And again, not even that it's bad. It's just very blah, and it's hard to really get a lot of material out of it. Anyway, we'll see what other, good, bad, and different programming there is from WCW as the months roll on. Agree, disagree with what I said. Like, share, subscribe. Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.